All right, it is Saturday morning and I'm lowering the unloader. We've been feeding out of this silo for about 5 weeks now, and we're feeding it down at a pretty good rate. And as we feed the corn out of the silo, we have to lower that spout right there. So we call it taking doors out. And we are now into the point of this silo where there is a cement filler door every other door. There's a cement filler door. You can see just above the spout there's an opening where you put a wooden door in. Then below it and above it, there's a cement filler door. So from there up, we have a wooden door every spot. And as you feed the silo down, we always take 2 doors out at a time. Right now, we're only able to take 1 because the opposite hole is filled with a cement door, and we're feeding out 2 doors worth of feed in about 5 days here. So this is emptying out at a pretty good rate here. This is a 24 by 85 cement silo. It is a ribstone silo. And as you can see, we have fed quite a bit out here. And we hope to have this, or we should have this, empty by the time we do high moisture corn. So we're gonna roll along to the chopper here in a little bit. Once we get climbed down out of here, I'll get myself blown off and we'll get the chopper ready. We ended up breaking another one of them shafts here yesterday, and I'll get into talking about that once we get into the field here. So let's get this finished up here. We've got this black shroud right here. The clean chute goes on to that. I'll put that on there and then I'll climb my way down here. Now, this is what the silo chute looks like here. I'm standing in the chute right now. There's the silo unloader there. And then this is what things look like down the chute here. All right, we're down out of the silo here now, and we're just gonna turn this on and make sure everything works, because I have climbed down out of there before and have forgot to plug the cord in. And there's nothing worse than having to climb back up that silo when you've got clean clothes on. So we'll just come over to here, fire everything up, make sure everything works, and we have everything working. Put that up, shut our auger off. Now we can go to the air compressor and get a fresh change of clothes, head to the chopper. Now we're dumping seed wheat into our little seed tender truck. My brother, he is seeding wheat right now. All right, we've got one more tote of this Dyna-Grow. We haven't grown this before. This is supposed to grow, supposed to yield real good. However, the straw is not as tall. All right, we are moving right along at a pretty good rate today. I'm waiting for trucks, however, and yesterday we ended up breaking this shaft here, the same shaft that we broke it was like 4 or 5 days ago. So it took us a couple hours to get that fixed, and I called Jake and I said, we got something going on here. He ended up coming over and he to take a look at it. We ended up replacing the main slip clutches on the drive line of this head here over the winter, and he felt that the clutches were too tight on this one side, or they were maybe had a little rust on them or whatever. So We backed those springs off on the slip clutch, put a block of wood in there, and ran the head so that we could kind of clean up them, all the little friction discs and whatever. And we're thinking and hoping that that's the cause of that shaft breaking. Alex ended up going to Casanova Equipment this morning to pick up another shaft in case we run into an issue where we break one again. So we have a spare shaft and a spare stop tube there in the toolbox, and we're gonna get to chopping here once we get some more trucks here. We are about 12 miles away from home or so here, and we're a good deal off the road. Andrew's up on the top side with the dump wagon. He's waiting for a truck to get here as well. And then what we do with him is we chop up little parts of the field, like that corner down in there. That was a little wet. So I'll chop that off on him while I'm waiting for trucks. When I opened up the field, I took that corner wide so that I didn't get a truck in that 90-degree corner and possibly stuck. So we're on a little bit of a hill here on this farm. This field is 28 acres. We got 36 or 8 acres on the other side of that hedge there. And then we've got a couple of 11 and 12 acre pieces on the other side of those. You can see through the trees, you can see the Hudson farm from here. And we're just gonna keep after it here. And now we got a truck pulling in right now. so we've just about got this field chopped off, and when we were coming around the outside of the field, I was coming down alongside this hedgerow, and you seen in that last clip I stopped abruptly. Well, I seen a branch up high in the corn, but what I didn't see right away was this tree had fallen down, and this is a huge limb. Huge limb. Actually, it's not even a limb, it's the whole part of the tree. And the trouble is, when you're opening up these fields, and I know I should jump over either 10 more rows or even as many as 20 or 30 and get a real good look at things as you're opening the field up, but I don't like chopping the outside of the field on my left side, because the camera for the spout is on the right hand corner post, and it's easier for me, and probably most guys, that when they open up a field, to be going the right way, which is counterclockwise, and one eye on the edge of the field, so you're on your outside row, and that same eye on your screen to watch the spout in the back of the truck, so you can make sure not only is the corn going in the truck, but to make sure the truck is still behind you, because sometimes they run into a problem where they lose traction. You don't want to take a windshield out. So I caught out of the corner of my left eye this branch sticking up high, and I stopped just in time before I hit this rather large tree here. So this had fallen down quite a while ago, probably when the corn was barely even up, and you could see the stump there's about 10 or 12 feet tall, and the wind must have got that and just shoot, dropped her over. So we'll have to clean this corn up coming at it from the other way, and then we'll have to push that limb into the hedgerow here. But my father cleaned these hedgerows up, and looking at the base of that tree there, it looks fine, but it was obviously rotted out, and it looks like that one down there isn't too far behind it. And there is the phone. Well, we're loading the 900, and she's chewing there pretty hard. In the video that we did there a couple days ago, I threw the camera up on the front of the trailer, and somebody had commented, geez, why is he always revving it? Well, it is a little bit of work to get these trailers in and out of the field. I had another comment that said that, you know, with that big rubber on there, them wheels must roll across the ground a lot easier than what that guy had remembered hauling at whatever point in time. But this is not your typical 80,000 pound, 80,000 gross pound load that you guys are used to hauling in your van trailers with your single frame pavement princesses there. This is a little heavier than that, and it's a little bit of work on these trucks getting this cargo, if you will, in and out of these fields. So we've got him just about loaded, and he has a little bit of a jaunt here to get out of this field. He's got to go all the way around. You probably can't quite see what we have up in front of us. He's got to go uphill to get out. So Alex just pulled up. We're loading her now, and Andrew should be coming up in behind us. No, he's not. I thought he dumped on Alex. So if Jared has any trouble up here, we might have to hook one of them Bluetooth chains to him to help him up out of the field here, but we'll just have to see how she goes. We're going to be working our way towards him, and I probably should have cut a path across the center of this field, but that makes a mess as well. But we'll see how he does anyway. So we'll join back up with you when we get to the end of the field here. Well, we've made it around this corner here, and Jared has made it out of the field. That is going to do it for this video, and we'll catch you at the next one, folks.